As we follow the breath and the inhale, and we follow the breath and the exhale, just kind of noticing how that's feeling. And being aware of the breath as it moves in and out. And then let's find a quality of our breathing this morning. Let's come into the quality of the evenness of breath. Noticing even breath. Noticing the way that there's a evenness to the inhale and an evenness to the exhale as you let the breath move in and out. The rise of the breath and the inhale, the fall of the breath and the exhale. As we travel a little bit more inward in our centering practice, getting ready to practice our yoga together here in community. Just that whole word of yoga means to join. So as we join together today, we're here held in the space of support with one another. And that support helps us to be here, practice, be kind to ourselves, be kind to one another, and allow exploration a little bit more of how our bodies feel as we're practicing. So as we continue the awareness of breath, let's start to let the awareness of our practice start to come in, noticing where we can feel supported by our chair. Setting intention this morning that our practice is exactly what it needs to be for us. And that as we practice today, we'll be mindful of our bodies, not pushing ourselves, but exploring how a pose feels and modifying it as we need to create ease in our own bodies. As we set that intention today into our practice, we can start the movement of practice by lifting up your heels and then letting your heels come back and down, lifting the toes and then moving back and forth with just that movement, lifting heels and then lifting toes. Lifting heels and then lifting toes, and letting your hands just be still for a few more moments. And we're just lifting heels and then lifting toes. And then let your hands come down to the sides of your body and then start to roll your wrists as you continue to lift your heels and lift your toes. And notice how your brain feels about that this morning. Your wrists are doing something and your heels and your toes are lifting. Your brain might be going, wait a minute, we're not, my body isn't doing the same thing. And just notice how that might be like a little bit in your brain of, I'm rolling out my wrist, but my heels and my toes are lifting. See if you can notice that it goes into rhythm eventually. And then let's let the feet be firm on the floor, shake out through your hands, just shake them out a little bit. And then let's take the arms up to cactus and let the chair support you and lean back into the chair as far as you feel comfortable in this first moment of this expansion through the collarbones. With your body leaning into the chair, lift your chin slightly and then draw your chin down towards your chest. Arms are out. Notice the muscles in your biceps where you're feeling this. And then let your head lift again, nice and easy. And then chin comes down to the chest. And while the chin is down, bring the elbows together. Palms come together best you can. And then let the arms go out to the side and just take your gaze neutral. And let's just do this movement for a few. Just moving out and in with the elbows, letting the arms extend outward in cactus, and then they come back together, elbows coming towards one another. Excellent. And then this time, arms go out to the side, palms face down. Draw your arms over each other, left elbow coming over, and then let your elbows fold however you need to. Take a deep inhale and then fold in. Maybe your hands are touching, maybe they're not, maybe you're hugging, and then let's come and fold forward. Take that deep breath, exhale out, big sigh. And then lift up, coming back up, extend the arms out, palms still face down. And then come in, right elbow over left, again, folding. Maybe you can touch, maybe you can grab a finger, whatever, it doesn't matter, or you're just grabbing your shoulders. Big inhale. And then when you exhale, we're really like exhaling out. Letting that breath go. Don't forget to take a few inhales here. And then lifting up, taking the arms out to the side, lifting, palms lift up now, turning up, reach up, grab opposite elbows, lengthen up, and then lean forward and bring your elbows out in front, take them down to your knees, pause, look towards the floor. With your hands still grasping elbows, take the elbows up. Lengthen up, shoulders up around your ears. Exhale, lean over towards the right side. Come back to center, lean over towards the left side. Excellent. Lift up, reach up. Exhale, shoulders down, release your arms, roll your shoulders. And then let's do a little movement here where we'll lift the arms up and left leg comes up and then down, right leg comes up and down, left leg lifts and down. And just go ahead and move that way. I'm just lifting the legs one after another, checking out how your quads feel, getting some heat building as the arms are moving up and down, up and down. Great, and just moving in this rhythm. The next time that your left leg is raised and your arms are up, pause for a moment, maybe palms are facing each other. Press the heel away and then draw that knee in, hug that knee into wherever it will come. It might not be all the way in for you. You might need to grab your pant. Remember, we use our pants as a tool now. Just hold there for a moment. And then release the leg out, take the arms down, tap it out. And then lift the arms up, right leg goes out, pause for a second. As you can notice, this leg's up a little higher for me. And then draw that right knee in. And then release, tap it out. And so I'm gonna move back now. I know I didn't share that you might need a block this morning, but I have a block here on my mat. So if you want to grab one, or I know some of you keep them handy for practice. So we'll have that block there. All right. I probably can move forward a little bit more, but I think you can see me. And then let's just tap it out around. Tap it out, tap it out, tap it out. And then take the knees wide and let's shift this morning. Let's do a little awareness of hips as we move side to side, side to side, side to side, side to side. And then let's get into the quad muscles first this morning. Let's turn towards the right. Drop that left knee. Notice how it's feeling. This could be super tight this morning just because we have done nothing. Maybe you need to adjust on your chair, walk that foot back a little bit and just pause. And now let's take a little movement, hand to the hip, lean back, notice the tension in that upper leg, move forward and back, going only to where you're noticing sensation. You don't want to push here. First thing we're doing this morning as we sat back was to kind of just get into the quads this morning. So just notice how that's feeling. The next time that you're leaning back to the comfort that you can feel of sensation, pause there. Take your left arm, raise it up, lengthen it. And then lean over slightly, go slow. Notice the sensation in the quadricep muscle as you lean over. Are you feeling that in your side body or in the quad? Or are you feeling it all the way from the knee, all the way to the fingers? Beautiful. Bring the arm down. Come back and turn. Let's shake that left leg out a little bit. And then let's take it to the opposite side now. So that right knee will drop. Get yourself situated. Notice how this side feels. This one feels way different for me. How does it feel for you? And then we'll just move easily. You know where we're heading now. Just back and forth moving. Nice and slow and steady. We're not doing anything fast yet. And then when you come back again on this side to where the sensation might be, you don't want to go past that sensation, right? You want to stay at the edge of it. Pausing and then taking that right arm up, lifting it up, lengthening, and then leaning over towards the left, slow and steady, checking out how it feels. What are you noticing? Is the quad tight? Are you feeling it in your hip? Being curious. And then release. Take that arm down. Let's turn back towards the front. Keep the knees nice and wide here. Sit up tall, lengthen up, reach up, come forward. Take the hands in front, palms facing each other, turn, interlace, press away, lengthen up, lift up, and lean over towards the right side. Excellent. Come on over and lean over towards the left side. Come on back up, lengthen, come forward. Release your hands. Let your elbows come to your knees. Gaze towards the floor. Breathe. Lift your arms up. Interlace, press away, lift up, lean right. Come to center, lean left. Come back up, lengthen, come forward, release, elbows come to knees, gaze toward the floor. I think you get this idea of what we're doing here. Arms come out, interlace the fingers, press up, lengthen up, lean over towards the right side, come on up, lean over towards the left side, coming up, lengthen, hands release, elbows to knees, gaze towards the floor. Let's do two more. So we're coming, interlacing, lifting, leaning, forward, elbows to knees, gaze towards the floor. One more. Out, lengthen, lift, right side, left side, release, arms come down, roll your shoulders. Take your arms up to cactus. Bring awareness to your feet. Press into your heels, lift your toes. Notice how that activates your legs. Bring your feet back and down, and then let's take a twist towards the right. Center, left, center, right. So go ahead and just move through this side to side twisting action with the arms in cactus. If your arms get tired, please just let them come down. It's fine. You know you have to modify your practice to meet you right where you need to meet. Excellent. And then coming towards the side. And then when we come to left this time, take your hands down. Press into your heels again, lift your toes up. And then allow that left shoulder to tuck back as far as it can for you. We're activating the legs. If it's too much, bring the balls of the feet to the floor. Breathe. Come back to center. Let the feet come to the floor. Arms to cactus, twist to the right. Bring your hands down, press into your heels, lift your toes. Notice if it's too much or if it's just enough. What do you need to do with your feet? Do they need to come back down to the floor? Excellent. Lift your arms up, reach up, lengthen up. Come forward to your elbows with your elbows on your knees. And then if you do have your block and you want to grab it through your fold, put your hands on your block, being mindful of whether or not you can allow your body to come into a fold with head below the heart. And start moving into whatever fold works for you. Maybe your elbows are on your knees. Maybe you're moving your block out as you settle into the fold, breathing. Noticing the breath moving in and out of your body. And then will start to come up. So if you are down with the hands on the floor or on the block, move the block back in. And then let's take both hands over towards the right knee. So coming up slightly, lifting up slightly, and hands over to right knee and just look over to the right. Take your right hand out to the side now and then take it behind you, back of your hand resting on your sacrum or your hip, wherever it needs to. And then take that left arm out over towards the right side, however much you can, and then come on across, and then come on back over. So we are leaned forward. This is getting a little bit more into the low back. So if you feel like you need to sit up more, please do that. We're getting into low back. And then the next time that this left arm comes over towards the side, take it back down to the knee again. Take a big inhale. Exhale, release. Take your right hand back to meet your knee. Pause. Let your head start to gaze towards your knee. And then come over, left hand to left knee, right hand to right knee. Press up, come up, sit up, and let's shake it out before we take that to the opposite side. Excellent. Come back out, knees a little wide, sit up tall. We'll come over here to left knee, coming in a little different. We came up from the floor, now we're coming from sitting up, hands to your left knee. Get that right hand on the knee, take the left hand behind, and then take that right arm out as far as it can to the right, and then move it out. And coming back. And moving out. And coming back. This time when it comes over to the side, leave the hand wherever it goes. Check in with the left hand, let it come out. Maybe get your hands situated, bring awareness to your whole left, your right, low left, low side, right back. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, gazing towards your hand, your knee. Take your right hand over to your right knee, left hand's on your left knee. Press up, come all the way back, bring your knees together, and let's tap it out. Excellent, you can move your block out of the way. Just moving, and then let's do a little shift side to side. Take your hands under your right knee, and then let's just move this leg. Let's get that low leg moving. All that circulation happening, getting into our lymph system here. Moving. Excellent. And then take the knee in your right hand, take the knee in and bring it back and down. Out to the side and bring it back and down. Out to the side and bring it back and down. Changing up this little knee strengthening exercise that we do to get into the hip as well. So we're adding on to the one we normally do. So we're just taking the knee out to the side, out to the side, out to the side. Then take your hands under the knee again, and then get that leg moving. And then pausing wherever you are, maybe interlacing the hand. Press the heel away wherever your leg is. It might be way down here, it's fine. And then let that foot come to the floor. Move your left foot over, sit up nice and tall. We want to come forward to the edge of your sensation in the hamstring on this right side. Breathe. Take a big deep inhale. Exhale, big sigh. Press up, come back up, take the knee with you, bring it in, draw it towards your body. Take the knee down, let's make some circles with the knee now. Yeah, we've added on to our little knee exercise here this morning. So we'll call it knee hip today. And then take it in the opposite direction. And then when the knee comes back in, grab it with your left hand, take your right hand to the chair, sit up nice and tall. Maybe get that left foot situated, press into the left foot, and let's take a twist over here towards the right. That right foot is active now. Press the heel down, flexing the foot. Active twist to the right. Release, come back to center, drop that leg and then tap it out. And then let's take a little inventory. How is this whole leg feeling as opposed to this one? Mine feels a little bit more energized. How is yours feeling? Noticing. And then let's take that over to this left side. So bring that left foot in, roll out the ankle on this side, and then start that movement. So you know this is part of that knee strengthening or knee movement practice, but it's fun to kind of change things up a little bit. You know, this has been the year of change in our practice. Excellent. And then take that knee out and bring it in, out. There you go. That external rotation, internal rotation. And then hands under the leg again, and we do that movement with the leg. And then take that knee and let's go in circle. And holding on to your chair any way you need. And then going the opposite direction. And then taking that leg, sending it out in front of you, press the heel away. And then letting that leg start to move down towards the floor. Pressing the heel away, sitting up, taking that right knee over to the side, coming up, sitting tall, not long spine, coming forward. Excellent, right to the edge of that sensation. There it is for me. Pausing. Big exhale, big sigh. Come back up. Draw the left knee with you. Take the left knee in that right hand. Get your right foot situated to feel stable. Sit up tall. Twist to the left. Flex the left foot. Come back and around. And then tap it up. Fantastic. We'll shift to the side. Little shift to the side. All right, so let's build up some heat this morning with our bodies. So get your feet situated. I want you to have space between the knees. Take the arms up, lift up, come forward, arms come back, lengthen up and reach up. And then let's just do this movement back and forth, up, and then bringing it down, up, and bringing it down. And I want you to move as fast or as slow as you need to. How does that feel for you this morning? Fast or slow? Breath, moving. Beautiful. Lift it up. And then this next time that we come and lift up, pause, arms come to cactus, lift up, come down, come up, arms come to cactus, lift up, come down, arms come to cactus, lift up, come down, arms come to cactus, lift up, come down, arms come to cactus this time, pause. Walk your feet out. Press into your heels, lift your toes. Exhale, release it all. Take your hands down. Sit for a moment. Notice how your heart rate feels. Take your hands to your hip crease. Press in, lift up, come forward. Hands come to your knees. Left arm goes out to the side. Draw it across, bring it over to your right knee. We did this already, but notice if there's a change. Lengthening through spine, letting the left hand come down. Maybe right hand comes to meet. Where do you feel safe? Where can you find this movement? Are you a little lower? Checking it out. We're in the exact same spot. Breathing. Both hands to the right knee. Press up. Left hand to left knee. Forward gaze. Press up, sit up, bring the legs back together and shake it out. Knees go out again. Sit up tall. Come forward. Right arm goes out. Bring it over towards the left knee. Both hands, maybe we lean a little forward. Notice what's happening in low back. Again, we did this already. What are you noticing about the change of it? Is it exactly the same? Or is there a little bit of more availability for moving forward towards the left? Excellent. Big breath.
Exhale out. Letting that right hand come to the right knee, left hand to the left knee. And then pressing up, taking the legs out in front this time, pressing your heels away, sitting back, lengthening. Feel the shoulder blades start to come together in the back, chin lifting. Breathe, don't forget. Exhale. One more. Exhale. Feet come to the floor, sit up nice and tall. Let's take a fold forward. So if you want to have your block, I do love having my block for my fold, letting your feet be as wide as they need to for you. Let's lift up though, get that spine nice and long as we come into a fold, maybe pausing with elbows on the knees. Getting yourself situated, and on your next exhale, then letting your body come down. Letting yourself be exactly where you need to be. Maybe hands come to the floor or they're to the block. Being mindful of your head below your heart for whatever projects you might have. Draw all your awareness to your low back. And then let's come up easily. So we'll take that left hand to the left knee, right hand to the right knee. Coming up that halfway, be kind to our head. Sometimes that can create a little dizziness, right? So we want to be kind. And then come on up, pressing up, sitting up, coming with our feet together now, bringing the feet together. And pause. Let's find a sitting mountain pose. Taking a little inventory head to toe. How's your face feel? How are your shoulders feeling? Have they inched up back around your ears? Or are they nice and soft? How's your waist feel? Right here on the side, abdomen, small of your back. Knees, feet. And then let's take the left knee, draw it in again. And as you have the left knee in, let your right foot walk out as far as you can. I'm going to lean back now onto my chair. So go ahead and lean back. I'm just going to turn just so you can see me. So there's some safety here. I'm going to turn this way. So as you're leaning back in this chair, I'm holding this knee and I've extended that leg out. Pressing now, press the right foot to left foot, pressing away. Pausing, seeing how that feels. Then drawing that left foot down. Draw the right knee in, hug it in, flex the foot, and then work your left foot out. That's why leaning back is creating the safety for us. Flexing both feet. Draw the right knee down. Bring the left knee back in, hug it in, flex the foot, and then slide that right foot out. Breathing the whole time. And then drawing that left foot down, bring the right knee in. Send that left leg out, press the heels away on both. Then bring that right knee down. Take your hands to your chair. Bring both feet to the floor. Take your arms out in front and then lift yourself up. Come forward. And then let's just do a little bit of core work here. Not coming back all the way if that doesn't feel good. Maybe you want to move your feet down a little farther. We'll do some core before we come up to standing. Maybe the arms are in front, or maybe you need to feel more safe and have your hands on your chair. What's working for you? Find your way in. We're working in the core, getting that heat building here, moving back and forth. Beautiful. We'll do about 100 more sit-ups because you know it's Wednesday. And then the next time that you come forward, keep your spine nice and long. Hands come to your knees. Gaze forward. And then let your head just come and look towards the floor. Let your head do a little yes and a little no. And then sitting up tall, let's let our arms, maybe we want to catapult ourselves up out of the chair and come up to standing and shake it all out. I'll move the chair back. And once you come up to your standing, let's shake it out. I think that's okay. I might just shift this camera just a little bit more. Just like that. Okay. Feels like it's okay. Excellent. And then let's shake it out, shake it out, shake it out. And then let's do some movement side to side. Yeah. Coming up into our standing practice, moving side to side. And if you want and you're ready, you can start to do this bigger movement, right? Side to side, maybe you're tapping your back as you're going side to side. Checking that out. How's that feeling? Or you're staying static. One hand on your chair. You decide what this movement needs to feel like this morning. And then coming back, coming to stable, getting your feet to where they feel comfortable for you in distance apart. Some people can feel very comfortable with the stance close. I feel a little bit more comfortable if my feet are a little farther away. It feels very supportive in my hips. So I want you to find that for yourself. Palms face forward. Shoulders lift up. They're scrunched up around my ears. On my next exhale, I'll draw them down. Pausing in our standing mountain pose. Checking out your breath. Noticing how it's feeling. Beautiful. 2 more breaths. And then let's shake out and let's do some marching today. Offering a couple different ways to do it. You can left hand, right knee, and do it this way. Or if you know you need to hold the chair, you just use the one hand. Or you're shifting back and forth. Right? My brain was like, wait. So go ahead and do this marching piece. And then notice as you come down, does there want to be more movement here for you? Even if you're doing it with one hand, does there want to be wider movement? Just checking out how that's feeling. Or is it very stable like this and you're just doing that? Check it out. Let's do a little bit more here. Beautiful. All right, shake it out. I want you to take your left foot just a little slight towards the left. That right foot's going to be right where it is. Maybe you want to get a little bit more comfortable because I want to move out to the left and come back up, out to the left, come back up, out to the left, come back up. Then when we come down to the left, just allow the hips to move. That knee will bend slight. We're just moving the hips here with that knee out towards the left, getting a little bit more hip rotation happening here. Excellent. Kind of checking out how that feels. So a little tightness here for your hips today. Noticing that. And then pausing with that left knee bent out to the side. Breathing. And then press up, come back. Shake out the left leg. We're going to stay with this left leg. Maybe hand to the chair. We're stable. We're going to take the left foot out to the side and bring it back in. Out to the side and bring it back in. I'm going to keep my hand on the chair just because when the leg moves away, it's a little bit more balancing and I need to be kind here. Fantastic. All right, the next time the leg goes out to the side, pause wherever it is, press the heel away. Bring it back in. Leg goes out to the side. Now draw it across over towards the right. I'm standing up tall and then taking a little bend. You might notice that left heel lifts for sure. We're checking out what's happening in your hips today. And then come on up to standing. Foot comes to the floor, shake out a little. Left foot goes out to the side again, comes behind the right. Keep your strong standing pose. Then bend in as much as you can. Notice what's happening in your hips. And then pressing up, releasing, and let's shake out that left leg. And for just a few breaths, take a little inventory. How's that left side feeling? How's your left leg feeling? Does it feel more energized than the right now? Right side was taking a lot of that supportedness with the left leg doing some movement. All right, let's shake that and move it over to the opposite side. And then we're going to take that right foot out to the side, slight. You can see my feet are just a little bit. And then we're just going to move towards the right and come back up. Move towards the right and come back up. Notice how your hips are feeling while you're doing this. The toes are out that way, more towards that angle, towards the right. Beautiful. And then when you come and bend in this time, let's move the hips. So check out how that feels. While I'm doing it on this side, it feels way different. It feels a little bit less stable because I have a lot more of a project in my left hip, if you will. It doesn't feel as stable as it did on the other side. And then just pause with that knee bent. And then press back up, step up, shake it out. And then let's get your hands stable maybe, because maybe on this side you need it. Take the leg out to the side, bring it back out to the side, or bring it back in. Or if you're really in challenging mode, hands to your hips and letting the leg go out to the side. Just kind of noticing how that feels. My left leg is way wobbly, so I'll just be safe and keep my hand on there. Excellent. Bring that foot down, shake out the legs. Now we'll take that leg out to the side, draw it in front, standing up tall. And then as much as you can, bending in, the knees are one in front of the other. My right heel is definitely lifting here. So that's definitely a thing. And just kind of checking in with the hips. Come up to standing, unravel the leg, shake out. The leg goes out to the side. This time it comes behind. Standing up tall and then taking any bend that needs to happen. And notice on this side if one heel is lifted or not. Being curious. And then standing up tall, shaking it out. And then let's take the feet a little bit wider. And then send that left hip over. My knee is bent. And just take that, your hand, and just massage a little bit on that hip. Come up to standing. Right knee bending. And then massage this hip. Come back up to stable. Step up. Pause, mountain pose. Breathe. And then we're going to finally take our walk to a downward dog, but let's do it by pedaling first. Getting our ankles all ready to move. As we pedal, and then walk it back, walk back, walk back, walk back, to where it feels comfortable for you. Once you get there, lengthening, checking out, seeing the spine is as long as it can be for you. Our bodies are all different, pressing the hips back, and then coming up, lifting the heels up, and then going back with the hips, coming forward, slight, lifting the heels up, and then sitting back. We'll do this a few times. Make sure your chair is feeling stable. A little bit of something different that we're doing here this morning. We're not coming into a full push-up, but we're just coming up and letting the hips move back to give the hamstrings a little bit of space. And then the next time that we come back with the hips back, looking down at your feet, start to heel toe your feet a little bit wider, feeling stable, best you can on the rug, on the floor. Hips go to the back and then just shift the hips side to side. And then pause. Starting to look up, lifting up through the upper body. The feet are a little wider, so take the right foot in. And then start to pivot this left foot. Looking down at your feet, we've moved right into a warrior two. Right foot towards the chair, left hand on your left hip, right knee's bent. And then let's take the bend out of the knee and bend back in. Just doing this movement for a couple of times as we move back and forth. Then the next time that the knee is bending, if it's available, take that left arm out from the shoulder. If it's available, take the right arm out from the shoulder, warrior two. If you need your hand on the chair, please keep it there. We'll do a little bit of movement here. Take the arms to cactus. As the elbows come in, the bend goes out, and then we'll move back and forth here. You can do this, of course, with your hand on the chair. You're just moving the elbow in and out on the left side, right hand on your chair. Movement and flow in warrior two. And the next time the knee is bent and the arm is in cactus, send that left arm out to the side. Let it come down towards your left thigh. And then coming and bringing your gaze in, turning towards that right side. Just slide your left hand down as far as you can. Coming into what we would call this exalted warrior. My right hand is on the chair. Awareness of your left leg and your right. Slide your left hand back up to your hip. Turning towards the chair now. Hands to the chair. And then step up and shake that out. Let's take a pause for a moment. Standing forward and check out how that right leg is feeling. There might be way more energy moving in it because it was doing all that work. The left leg was just creating that stable piece there. So I'm going to turn just because it's a little easier. You might need to turn too. And then I'm going to walk back again into that dog where we were, lengthening back, taking a nice stretch, and then starting to lift up, coming up, keeping the left foot with me this time, pivoting the right foot, getting your feet as wide as you need to here for you. For some of us, you might be right here. I want you to just find your way in. I'll try and see. No, I have to have my foot a little wider, just because of your hips, so you want to check that out. So as you're moving up, and then bending in, out, and then coming back and bending the knee, moving the knee. How's that hip feeling this morning? Are you noticing here? Noticing that the right leg is our stable leg. Left knee doing the work, left leg doing the work. And then pausing with the knee bent. This time taking the arms to cactus if it's available, or one hand down. And then we'll do that movement, taking the elbows in and bending back into the knee. If it's available with both arms, it might not be, so you just move that right arm in, the knee, there you go. A little bit of difference on this side, possibly. And now this time, when the right arm goes out to the side, extend it, that left knee is bent, slide that right hand down the thigh, turn your gaze towards the left, and then allow yourself to just be here the best you can, looking up towards the left, hands on the chair, possibly exalted. Left knee's bent, stable. Take a big deep breath.
Exhale. And then release that right hand. Draw awareness to that left foot. Pivot it. Step up to standing, shake it out, and pause for a moment and notice how your body's feeling. Let's take another walk back into a downward dog, just so we can feel a little bit more relief here from the movement we just did. And as you come back, breathe. And then coming up, moving up, stepping up, shake out the legs. So we're going to do a little balancing pose with the legs that we were doing when we came to standing, which was a little crossed, but we'll do it easy. So come and get that right foot steady. Really root in. Left foot goes out to the side. Draw it across the right knee. Standing up tall, feel the length in your spine. Now start to bend in. This is where we're going to start to notice balance. That left heel is probably lifting. So what we want to do is then start to play around with the awareness of our hands. Can you release the hand from the chair? Can you maybe take your left hand out in front, maybe palm faces down, right hand to steady. I'm just going to move a little closer so you can see what's happening. So I have this knee crossed. I was standing tall and then I came forward. I just take that left hand out. My right hand could be right on the chair. There's a lot of balancing here because my left heel is lifted. So you want to check out how that's feeling. Notice your hips. It's a lot of balancing. This is eagle pose with a little bit of modification with the hands. So imagine my right hand is on the chair. When you've gone to way too much and it doesn't feel okay anymore, we need to come up out of it nice and slow. Take the feet a little wide and let's shake it out. So I want you to kind of see where I was headed there. So I do want to switch my chair for myself. As we take it to the opposite side. So get steady, left leg. A lot of balancing happening here. Right leg goes out to the side. Draw it across left. Stand up tall. You might even notice already that the heel is lifted here. As we're standing up tall, then we start to take that bend. Notice that right heel lifting and lifting and lifting. That's where that balance starts to come into play. Left hand on the chair if you need it. Right arm goes out, palm faces down. And then play around with the hand. Maybe just a finger on the chair. Checking out how your body's feeling. How you're noticing. Breathing. Feeling shaky. Have we gone to too much effort and you need to step out? And then let's all move up and out. Shake out the legs. Give a good shake to the left. Good shake to the right. And then let's come on back down and find our way back onto our chairs. When we do our twist today and our pigeon pose, it's going to feel a lot better when we come down into this awareness of pigeon because we did a lot with the hips. So let's find a hold first. Take the knees away. Maybe you have your block, maybe not. Bringing your hands down to the block. Letting yourself lengthen here. And maybe you start to move down a little farther. If you're not using your block, where are your hands? Letting your head be steady, maybe even a little yes, no. Even if you're elevated for your projects in your body, you can still move your head a little no, a little yes. And breathing. Starting to move back and up.
If your hands were all the way on the floor, starting to take right hand to right knee, left hand to left knee, starting to press up, coming up, nice long. Lift your arms up, reach up, lengthen, lengthen up. Arms come down. Walk your feet together, coming as close as they need. Take that right knee up towards your body, hugging it in any amount you can. And then just like we did in the beginning, let's take that knee out to the side and bring it back in. You know, I like to do this. It kind of gives the knee and the hip an awareness of, yeah, we're going to come into pigeon pose. And then that foot, taking it, maybe you need to grab the pant and then bring it up. Get yourself situated, bringing the foot in, sitting up tall, moving around so you feel stable. And then, you know, as we come into this pose, we release in, we soften in, we allow our bodies to move into pigeon pose the best we can. We let the breath be our focus here. Inhaling and exhaling. The hip on the right side, releasing. Staying here for about 4 more breaths, just noticing how the hips are feeling today from all the movement we've been doing. Is there more awareness? And then we'll start to move up slow as you come up, checking out what's happening in right side. What's your body doing? Are you sliding the knee over the left, or are your feet on the ground? Checking out how that feels for you. And then sitting up tall, lengthening in the spine and taking the easy twist over to the right, and then letting the foot be soft. The twist is not super active. We're just twisting right. Breathing, bringing awareness to the breath, moving in and out of your body. And then releasing that and coming back around, shaking it out. And then drawing that left knee in, rolling through the ankle perhaps, and then taking that knee out to the side and bringing it back in, out to the side, bringing it out to the side, bringing it back in, out to the side, bringing it back in, out to the side, and then seeing if the ankle's coming up to the knee. Sitting up tall, coming forward to your sensation and not moving past that, but easing in and letting your breath be the mover of your body. Every exhale, maybe there's a little bit more of a softening. Maybe the hip can release tension. You don't want to ever feel pain here. Sensation to the edge of it, but not pain. If there is any time that you're feeling pain, please modify it, move out of it, find a different way to sit. And let's arrive here into this pose on this side. Quieting, breathing. One last big exhale, let it out with a big sigh. And then we'll start to shift up. Be easy. letting that knee slide over or ankles are crossing, you know your. And then sitting up tall and taking the twist to the left. Take your hand just kind of tucks under the leg there. Letting your left foot be soft. Breathing. And then unraveling, coming back to center, tapping it out a little bit. And then I'll just move forward into our Shavasana. And then sitting up nice and tall. Let's take a big deep inhale in. Big exhale out. Nice sigh out. Another one. Inhale. Exhale, big sigh out. And then really sitting back, letting the chair hold you, letting yourself soften into your chair. Feel the support of the earth underneath you from your rug, your mat, the floor, whatever's underneath your feet. Feel the texture of it, the coolness, the warmth, whatever you're noticing under your feet right now. Feel the way that the earth holds you. On an inhale, bring an inhale in. Exhale, feet get steadier on the floor. Maybe your knees soften. Maybe you feel your hips release a little bit. Draw your awareness now up to the crown of your head. Notice the spaciousness here. It doesn't feel like the way it feels under your feet. There's a space there. Have the awareness of this space. On your next inhale, as you bring awareness to the spaciousness above your head, let it come down your body, shoulders softening any more they can, elbows releasing. Softness of abdomen, letting the belly release, bring it all the way down to your feet. We're going to do that 2 more times. So inhaling up to the spaciousness above your head. Exhaling down, coming into the physical body a little bit more, releasing, belly softens, knees release, hips soften, feel more supported by your feet. And then this next time as we inhale to the crown, exhaling, feel the weight of the chair holding you, the support of your pelvis on the chair, the way that your legs feel. And then feeling your feet firm on the ground. Draw all your awareness now to your breath, moving in and out of your abdomen area. Notice, do you feel quieter or more energized, or both? What did your practice of yoga that we did together today offer you in the way of curiosity and awareness? Did you notice the same things today or something different? And then moving your awareness up to the breath, moving in and out of your nose. Notice if there's clearness in the nostrils as you breathe in and out through your nose. If you have any kind of allergy or congestion, you might notice that here. So just be curious. If it's too much at the breath at the nose, and keep the mouth open. As we come into quiet, we'll stay here for about 3 breaths. And then on your next big exhale, moving your fingers, moving your feet a little bit. Letting your mind start to come out of the practice of yoga, moving back into the space that you're in.
Starting to allow yourself to start to move into the idea of gratitude first for your body. Best you can, right? Sometimes it's hard to be grateful for our bodies as we feel aches or discomfort, but if we can. And then from that place of gratitude, the best we can towards the body, then we can start to find gratitude for each other. Sometimes that seems a little easier, right? But we want to find that gratitude the best we can for ourselves and others. And then letting that light shine up in our hearts around kindness. And knowing that that seems really easeful to send kindness out to one another. So however your hands feel comfortable, maybe to heart center or hands over the heart or wherever they feel easeful. Let's take that big deep inhale. And then exhaling out, sending the light of kindness out to one another in that beautiful word of yoga, which is namaste. Allowing ourselves to honor one another in gratitude and say namaste to each one of you. Thank you for practicing with me today on this Wednesday.